Creating variables. First, Python is a fantastic programming language for beginners and experts alike. It is the language of choice for many companies and popular pickup for personal projects. You can use it for automating tasks, getting ahead in work with data analysis, machine learning, and much more. No matter how complex a program is, it begins with a single line of code. This first line is usually a variable. Programs use variables to remember information. Like moving boxes, variables have content and names that tell us what's inside. To create a variable, we need to give it a name. Variable names need to be single words and therefore have no spaces. So a variable can have no spaces, cannot have a space. Tap the variable name city to get started. If we want a variable name with multiple words, we use snake case. Snake case means using this symbol, also an underscore, to connect the additional words. So home, snake case, city makes up a variable with multiple words. To help us understand what's inside a variable, we pick descriptive names. Descriptive name looks like this, not abbreviated like HCP, but home, city, province. What do computers use variables for? To draw images on screen or to remember information. Computers use variables to remember information. What's wrong with this variable name? High space score. It contains lowercase letter. There's a space between the words. So there's a space between these two words, which is not correct. There can be a snake case between words in a variable but not spaces. What do we use snake case for? To create variable names with multiple words or to create variable names with spaces. Snake case is used to create variable names with multiple words. Why do we give variables descriptive names like city or population instead of C or P? To make them faster to type or to help us understand what's inside them. We give variables descriptive names like city or population to help us understand what's inside them. Pick the most descriptive variable name. Add the right signs to create the snake case variable. Create a descriptive variable name. So number snake case of snake case requests a descriptive variable name is ready. Number of requests. Finish naming this variable by coding request. So here we code request, friend request. Second part. Variable names can contain numbers too. Adding numbers is useful for multiple similar variables. we'll create the variable car underscore or snake case 1 here. Car snake case 1. Ready. After creating and naming a variable, we use the equal to sign to store a value inside it. Like with city is equal to Miami and quote. City equal to Miami and quote. When we store a value in a variable, it's like putting stuff inside a box. Here we'll store apple and quote in device type. Device type is a variable name. So device type equal to apple and quote. The value has been stored in the device type. The values we've been storing like Miami and quote are strings. Strings are words in double quotes. So we put quotes around words, and that makes something as a string. String stores values. Strings can contain all sorts of letters and symbols. So it can contain letters, symbols, and it can also contain spaces like this one. Winter is coming. End quote. Winter is coming. Winter space is space coming. End quote. What's the value of this variable? What's the value of this variable? Name is equal to Karen. The value of this variable, so this is the variable name and this is the value Karen. How do we know a value is a string? A value becomes a string when we put double quotes around it, when we end quote it. What's happening in this code? Measurement, the variable measurement stores the string average. The variable measurement stores the value average. What's the name of this variable? Hobby or tree shaping? So hobby is the variable name and tree shaping is the value or the string. Create a job variable and give it the value plumber. Job variable ready. Job is equal to plumber end quote. Command is ready. Create a company variable and give it a string value. So company variable equal to Microsoft end quote. Give the job title variable a string value. So job title is equal to analyst end quote. Give the user agent variable the string value desktop. So desktop end quote. The third lesson. Lines of code are instructions for the computer to follow. When we run code, we tell the computer to follow the instructions we put together. The order of the instructions matters because the computer follows the instructions line by line. Arrange these lines of code in the correct order, beginning with step 1, followed by step 2, and finally step 3. Lines of code, right? Arrange these lines of code. The order of instructions matters because the computer follows the instructions line by line. So first command, and then the second command, and then the third command. With the special instruction print brackets after print, with the this is a special instruction. We tell the computer to display a value in an area called a console, also known as the shell. So print hello world end quote, because this value has not been stored in any other variable, and hence we have to put end quotes or double quotes around it so that this value is printed, because this value is not stored in any variable, right? Hello world. We can use the print instruction as often as we want. The computer displays every value on a line in the console. So print brackets and then end quote 3, 2, 1, print, and the next instruction is print brackets and go end quote. This prints 3, 2, 1, go. We can use print to display variables like greeting too. So we can display variables, right? That's what I was telling. Now greeting is equal to hello world end quote, and then the print instruction, which includes printing of the variable greeting and the value of, and then when we run this command, we see that the value of the variable greeting is displayed on the shell or console. When we display variables in the console, their values appear instead of their names. If we print name here, it'll show its value. So print name, the value is displayed. How do we know hello world is a string? It starts and ends with double quotes. What's the console? The area where we write the code, or an area that displays output. What does the special instruction print do? It creates a variable, or it displays a value in the console. What does this code display in the console? Sport equal to b-ball end quote, print sport b-ball. Display the value in the console. Frequency is equal to daily. Display the value of daily. So print frequency value daily is being displayed in the shell with the following command, because this value is stored in the variable frequency which is being printed. Add the symbols to display the string value in the console. So they add the symbols to display this string value in the console. Add the symbols to display the string value. Display the value of last name. Print, bracket open, the name of the variable, bracket closed. This prints the value of the variable stored in it. Display the value of the job variable. Display the value of the job variable. So job is equal to sheriff. Print what? Display the value of job. Sheriff. Console is done. Train 1. Create the variable signups and set it to low. Signups is equal to low, end quote. Add the missing signs to this string value, end quote. What does this code display in the console? Most streamed artist Ed Sheeran. Print most streamed artist Ed Sheeran. Set account type to value enterprise. Account type is equal to enterprise. Why is this not a string value? Because the words are capitalized, because there is a space between the words, because there are no double quotes around it. This is what is causing it to fail to become a string value. Use snake case for this variable name. Display Atlanta in the console. Print, bracket open, Atlanta, end quote. Bracket close. Why is first name not a valid variable name? Because both words need to be capitalized, or because it's not descriptive, or because it contains a space between first and name. This is the reason why it's not a very valid variable name. Display the string and then the variable in the console. So this is a string. We have to display the string first and then the variable in the console. So this is the variable in the console. This is the variable title, and then the following is displayed on the shell. Set player 1 to Mario, player 1 to Mario, and player 2 to Luigi. Player 2 is equal to Luigi, end quote. Player 2 is equal to Luigi. Player 1 to Mario. What's wrong with it? Set player 1 to Mario, and then player 2 to Luigi. There must have been a space mistake. Age group, display the string value in the console. Age group, this is the string value, and then print age group, the variable, which displays the string value, and then code. What does this code display? Movie is equal to Mulan. Movie is equal to the variable movie contains Mulan value. Mulan is the value. Print movie, end quote. This is going to display movie and not Mulan, because print instruction is printing something which is stored in double quotes. What value does this variable store? Next appointment is equal to interview. Oh. So what value does this store? It has to be defined in terms of end quotes or double quotes. Code a descriptive snake case variable name to store this car brand. So a descriptive snake case variable name, right? Okay. Display step 1 and then step 2. So you go print step 1, the variable, first variable, and then the second variable, print step 2. Here we see that both of them contain snake case, and so this is correct. What does this display in the console? Print connect to power. Print press the upload button. This is going to print connect to power, press the upload button. Correct. Display one new message in the console. Display one new message. So print instruction. Store the string value blue in favorite color variable. Display the variable astronaut. So print instruction has to be used, and then what? So astronaut, the variable name, astronaut contains the value Kalpana Chawla, end quote. Displays. How do we know that variable answer stores a string? Because of the variable name, or we can't know if it stores a string, or because of the quotes around 47, it doesn't store a string. So this is a string because of the quotes around it. What's wrong with this variable name? Here is the space. Variable names can't contain spaces, right? Or name new and entry should be capitalized, or variable names can't contain underscores, or there's nothing wrong with the variable name. So what's wrong here is that it contains variable names can't contain spaces, whereas this variable name contains a space. Give a string value to this variable. string value is contained within end quotes. What does this code display? Print good morning. What does this code display? This code displays good morning.